There are moments in life when the world whispers a dangerous lie, that the path to the top is narrow, that success has only one seat, that victory demands someone else's defeat. But look closer. The truth stands bold and unshaken. We rise higher when we lift together. Let your heart hear this. No one's light dims yours. It simply brightens the sky you share. Your support expands the reach of messages that empower people around the world. The world is not a battlefield of limited victories. Success is not a slice of pie. It is an expanding horizon. When someone else achieves greatness, the universe doesn't shrink. It actually proves what is possible. Greatness was never meant to be a solo act. Your ideas, someone else's skill, another person's perspective. Together they form an unstoppable force. Collaboration is not sharing credit, it's sharing power. Real competition isn't between people, it's between who you were yesterday and who you choose to be today. When we stop comparing and start contributing, real transformation begins. Generosity is not loss, it is investment. When you encourage, teach, or support someone, you sharpen your own purpose. The strongest people are those who build strong people. A win that belongs to many lasts longer than a win that belongs to one. When success circulates, stability forms. A thriving group creates thriving individuals. If you think opportunities are scarce, you will fight for crumbs. If you believe success can be shared, you will create feasts. You shape the world by the mindset you carry. If this message has touched you, if it awakened something powerful within you, I ask from the heart, engage with this video. Your like, your comment, your share, they help this message reach someone who may desperately need it today. Carry this truth with you today. Your victory does not require anyone else's defeat. Your success grows when others succeed beside you, and when we rise together, we rise higher than we ever could alone. Success is not a scarce resource, yet many people are raised to believe it is something limited, something only a few can hold, while the rest must watch from the sidelines. This belief creates unnecessary fear, jealousy, and competition that damage relationships and block personal growth. But in reality, success behaves more like light than like currency. When one lamp is lit, it does not steal brightness from another. Instead, it adds more illumination to the entire room. When someone else succeeds, it does not reduce your chances. It expands the proof that success is possible for people like you. Human sociology shows that people thrive in environments where inspiration flows freely, not in spaces where achievements are viewed as threats. When you see someone rise, your mind is given new evidence that the journey is real, the destination is reachable, and you too are capable of walking the same road, or even a greater one. Many people feel discouraged because they see others achieving earlier or faster. But success does not follow a single timeline, and someone else reaching their goal sooner doesn't delay your own path. Life is not a race, it is a personal evolution. Everyone carries different experiences, strengths, and challenges that shape their pace. What matters is not how quickly you reach a milestone, but how consistently you move forward. When you stop comparing and start observing, someone's success becomes a lesson, a guide, and a source of energy instead of a reason for insecurity. Humans are deeply influenced by the behaviors they witness, and seeing others succeed can activate your own motivation, reshape your mindset, and boost your creativity. A mindset of abundance allows you to celebrate other people's victories genuinely. This not only strengthens relationships, but also opens doors you never expected. People are naturally drawn to those who support rather than compete. When you appreciate others' progress, you create alliances, you build trust, and you naturally attract opportunities. Most breakthroughs in life come through connections. Someone believing in you, recommending you, teaching you, or collaborating with you. But those connections grow only when you let go of the idea that another person's win reduces your own value. Success becomes easier when your heart is free from comparison and full of willingness to learn, grow, and uplift. When you adopt this mindset, you move from feeling threatened by others to feeling inspired by them. And that shift alone changes the entire direction of your life. Collaboration multiplies strength because human beings are wired to grow through connection. When people come together, they merge not just skills but perspectives, experiences, and ideas that none of them could produce alone. One person may see the road, another may understand the obstacles, and someone else may notice shortcuts that others miss. When these minds join, solutions appear faster, creativity expands, and challenges become lighter. Sociology shows that humans are social learners. We evolve by observing, sharing, and exchanging knowledge. Working alone limits you to your own abilities, but working with others gives you access to a shared pool of intelligence that grows richer with every contribution. Collaboration turns individual strengths into collective power, allowing ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. Many great breakthroughs in life come from simple cooperation. A supportive friend, a guiding mentor, a team that believes in the vision, or a community that pushes you forward when you doubt yourself. Collaboration creates a sense of belonging, and belonging increases motivation. When people feel they are part of something bigger than themselves, they work with more passion and commitment. No one wants to struggle alone, and no one needs to. A supportive environment makes heavy tasks lighter and difficult goals feel possible. When you collaborate, you don't just divide the workload, you multiply the energy. The excitement of shared goals fuels persistence, and persistence builds success. Working with others also helps you discover strengths you didn't know you had. It reveals your leadership, your creativity, and your problem-solving skills because collaboration naturally pulls out qualities that isolation tends to hide. It teaches patience, communication, and empathy, traits that elevate both personal and professional growth. You become more adaptable because you learn to see through different eyes. You become more confident because you know you're not facing challenges alone. In a collaborative mindset, success is not about who wins, but how far can we go together. When people collaborate, ego falls aside and purpose takes the lead. Instead of competing for recognition, everyone focuses on building something meaningful. This creates an atmosphere where ideas are welcomed instead of judged, where effort is appreciated instead of compared. Collaboration becomes a source of strength that lifts everyone involved. Humans are strongest when united, and collaboration is the bridge that transforms individual potential into collective achievement. A win-win mindset destroys the illusion of competition because it teaches you that real growth never comes from trying to outshine someone else, but from trying to outgrow your former self. Many people live with the belief that life is a constant contest, where every achievement must be measured against another person's progress. This creates unnecessary pressure, envy, and insecurity. But a win-win mindset breaks this cycle by shifting your focus from comparison to cooperation. It reminds you that another person's success is not a threat, but a possibility, a demonstration of what can be achieved. Human behavior studies show that comparison drains emotional energy, while collaboration boosts confidence. When you stop seeing people as competitors and start seeing them as partners in growth, your world becomes wider, your opportunities multiply, and your inner peace strengthens. A win-win mindset also encourages you to celebrate others instead of silently competing with them. This simple shift changes relationships, careers, and personal well-being. When you genuinely appreciate someone else's accomplishments, you build trust and open doors to deeper support systems. People naturally gravitate toward those who uplift rather than those who envy. This creates a cycle where positivity flows back to you in ways you never expect. You receive help, advice, and encouragement from people who feel safe and valued around you. Winning alongside others builds a stronger foundation than trying to win alone. This mindset also frees you from the fear of failure. When you see life as a shared journey, mistakes become lessons rather than shameful defeats. You learn faster because you are willing to ask questions and accept guidance. You grow stronger because you allow yourself to be supported by people who have walked the road before you. Instead of trying to prove your worth, you focus on improving your worth. You start aiming for progress instead of perfection. The pressure to be better than someone else disappears, replaced by the motivation to be better than yesterday. A win-win mindset transforms communities because it encourages people to lift each other instead of stepping on each other. When everyone believes that success can be shared, workplaces become more productive, families become more peaceful, and friendships become deeper. People stop withholding information out of fear and start contributing out of confidence. The environment becomes one where everyone can grow without feeling threatened. With this mindset, you create a world where the rise of one becomes the rise of many. Helping others rise strengthens you, because every act of support becomes a mirror that reflects your own potential. When you lift someone up, you are not giving away your power, you are expanding it. Human sociology shows that generosity enhances self-worth, builds emotional resilience, and deepens social bonds. When you encourage someone, teach them something valuable, or stand by them during their struggles, you activate a part of yourself that becomes stronger through giving. You learn patience, empathy, and leadership simply by choosing to help. In the process of guiding others, you often end up discovering strengths and abilities you never knew you had. What you share returns to you in the form of confidence, respect, and inner fulfillment. Supporting others also changes the way you see yourself. When you help someone succeed, you begin to realize that you are capable of influence, capable of impact, capable of shaping the world around you. This realization builds a deeper sense of purpose. You stop living only for your own milestones and start feeling satisfaction in the collective progress of those around you. Humans are social beings, and the feeling of contributing to someone's growth satisfies a fundamental psychological need to matter. When you matter to others, your life gains meaning beyond personal achievement. Helping others rise also improves your emotional strength. You grow wiser by understanding different struggles and learning from them. You become more resourceful because every time you help someone solve a problem, your own problem-solving skills sharpen. You develop humility by recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles. You strengthen your resilience because supporting others reminds you of your own ability to overcome challenges. The more you give, the more mentally and emotionally grounded you become. There is also a powerful ripple effect. When you uplift someone, they feel inspired to uplift someone else. A chain of empowerment forms, and you become the starting point of a positive cycle. People remember those who helped them rise when they felt stuck, and this creates lasting bonds of trust and loyalty. These relationships often bring unexpected opportunities, collaborations, and support back to you when you need it most. Helping others is not a sacrifice. It is a long-term investment in a stronger future for both sides. It creates a world where success is shared, not hoarded. By lifting others, you create an environment where growth becomes natural, and in that environment, you yourself rise higher with every person you help. Shared victories create long-term stability, because when success is distributed rather than concentrated, people feel more secure, more valued. and more willing to contribute to collective progress. Human sociology reveals that communities thrive when individuals believe their efforts matter and their achievements are recognized. When victories are shared, people develop a sense of belonging that encourages cooperation instead of competition. This sense of unity builds emotional safety, which is a powerful foundation for growth. People are more motivated to participate, innovate, and take positive action when they feel they are part of something larger than themselves. Shared success becomes a social glue that binds people together with trust and loyalty. When achievements are celebrated collectively, relationships strengthen naturally. Friends support one another more deeply, families operate with greater harmony, and teams become more productive. A shared win reduces feelings of isolation and eliminates the fear that others are working against you. Instead, you begin to understand that everyone benefits when every individual rises. This mindset encourages people to help one another because they know the success of one contributes to the stability of all. It transforms an environment from me versus you to us versus the problem. That shift alone brings peace, cooperation, and lasting growth. Shared victories also protect people emotionally and mentally. When someone experiences a setback, they feel less alone because they are surrounded by people who have celebrated with them and now stand ready to support them. Humans naturally cope better with challenges when they have a support system. Shared success builds that support system long before adversity appears. It creates a network of encouragement that makes it easier to recover, adapt, and push forward. People who feel supported are more resilient, more hopeful, and more determined to keep trying. On a broader level, communities that embrace shared achievements experience long-term stability because they eliminate the destructive patterns of jealousy and rivalry. They replace insecurity with inspiration. When you know that the people around you want you to win, you stop holding back your potential. You become more generous with your ideas and more open with your strengths. This culture of mutual empowerment leads to innovation, progress, and a healthier environment for everyone involved. Shared victories ensure that success doesn't become a burden carried by one person, but a celebration enjoyed by many. This collective joy creates lasting unity, deeper motivation, and a future where everyone has the confidence to pursue their highest potential. Your mindset shapes the world around you, because the way you think becomes the filter through which you interpret every opportunity, challenge, and interaction. When you believe opportunities are scarce, your mind automatically enters survival mode. You become cautious, defensive, and suspicious of others' success. But when you believe opportunities are abundant, you begin to see possibilities in places where others see obstacles. Human sociology shows that people behave according to the stories they tell themselves. If your story says the world is against you, you will notice only what confirms that belief. If your story says growth is possible, you will notice paths opening that you never saw before. Your mindset becomes a lens that either limits you or liberates you. A positive, growth-oriented mindset encourages you to take action instead of waiting for the perfect moment. It makes you more resilient because you see failures as lessons rather than dead ends. When you operate with a mindset that welcomes growth, you automatically attract better experiences. You communicate with more confidence, you try new ideas, and you become more open to collaboration. People feel this energy. They gravitate toward individuals who radiate hope and possibility rather than fear and scarcity. Your mindset influences the quality of your relationships, your environment, and even the opportunities that come your way because humans instinctively respond to emotional signals. Your mindset also shapes how you treat yourself. When you believe you are capable, you take steps that move you closer to your goals. You invest in learning, you step out of your comfort zone, and you challenge your own excuses. But when you believe you are not capable, you avoid risks, sabotage your progress, and settle for less than you deserve. The mind becomes either a prison or a launch pad. What you repeatedly think becomes what you eventually become. This truth extends to how you treat others. A generous mindset makes you supportive rather than envious. A secure mindset makes you collaborative rather than competitive. A hopeful mindset makes you see the potential in people instead of their flaws. These mental patterns influence the overall atmosphere you create around yourself. People feel safer, more appreciated, and more motivated in your presence. This environment naturally brings out their best, and in return it brings opportunities, trust, and loyalty back to you. When your mindset is focused on growth, abundance, and shared success, your environment transforms. The conversations you attract become healthier. The people in your life become more supportive, and the world around you begins to reflect the possibilities you hold within. Your thoughts quietly build the reality you walk through every day.